Okay guys, we are going to finish our Gustavo Klimt portraits wrapped in a blanket. Last week we finished our quilts, we drew with our chalk, and then we rubbed them in with the liquid starch. So they're all dry and everything's all solid. So now what we need to do is we need to add some color to the pillow section of our picture and then also the background as well, okay? For the pillow section, here's what I'm gonna have you do. You are going to find your favorite color of crayon. Can be any color that you want, a yellow, orange, purple, pink, whichever color is your favorite. And you can try out a few on the placemats at your table or on the back of your picture. So you make sure you choose the right one that's your favorite. My favorite is teal or a blue-green. So I have found a blue-green crayon, and I am just simply going to color the pillow section of my picture, okay? The reason why we're not going to add on a pattern or anything like that is because we want our person to kind of stand out, and our beautiful quilts that we made last time, okay? Now remember, when you're coloring on your picture, you want to try to make a nice bright color. So you're gonna fill it in with your crayon, okay? Try your best to stay inside the black lines. Thankfully, our black lines are nice and thick, so it shouldn't be too tricky to stay inside of them. Make as much of the white space go away as you can, okay? But you're simply going to color in your pillow here. If you're like me and you drew some cool hair on yours, if you've got space in between your hair, make sure to color those pieces in as well, okay? Just like that. Almost done. What do you guys think? Am I doing a pretty good job coloring? Yeah, not too bad. Making the white space go away, trying to stay inside the lines. Doing the very best coloring that I can. Making it nice and bright. Whew, that's a lot. My arm's tired, but I think I got it. Yeah, got all the way across, got in between my hairs here. I'm done. Okay, so once I've colored in my pillow, make sure you put your crayon back inside your caddy. The last part that we're gonna do is we are going to paint our background here. You remember when we learned about Gustavo Klimt, a lot of his paintings had gold paint in them. Because he really liked that Byzantine or Byzantine, however you say it, mosaics that he saw on one of his vacations or his Europe trips. So we're gonna add some gold into our picture as well. We are going to be using some gold paint. I've got a nice big tub of it here that it will be divided out for you guys to use at your table. So each table will get a smaller container of the gold paint, but there's our gold. It's got a nice good golden color to it. I've mixed in some silver paint that had some shimmer to it, so it should shimmer a little bit, but just in case it really doesn't, it's got a nice good gold color to it. Okay, so each table is going to have a small container of the gold paint, and then each person is going to get a large flat paintbrush. The art helpers are going to help pass these out as well. You're going to need your placemat because we're going to be painting right up to the edges. So we want to make sure that we have our placemat. And remember, if you want a paint shirt, you can get one. You don't have to ask permission to get one, but wait until the right time to go grab them, okay? And you'll get a paint shirt, okay? I'm going to turn mine upside down so you guys can see where I'm painting at, because if not, my picture gets in my lap and then I crinkle it up. So, all right, we're gonna take our paintbrush and you'll dip it into your container of glue. You don't have to go too far, just get the tips of them with the paint, okay? And then we're gonna paint this whole section here. okay? Now, remember when you're painting, you don't want to leave lazy paint. What is lazy paint, Miss Montague? You might be asking. Well, paint's job is to cover the space that you're painting. And if you leave big blobs of paint, you have left lazy paint on your paper because that big blob of paint is not doing its job to cover the space that you're trying to paint. So make sure you don't leave lazy paint, okay? Lazy paint also takes a really long time to dry and can leave big blobs on your paper as well. So lazy paint's just not a good idea, okay? And I'm gonna try my best to paint right up to that black line. Okay, I don't wanna get any on my pillow here if I can. I'm gonna be careful and slow and take my time. I don't need to rush. Okay, and right up to the edge there. Okay, I'm almost finished. And then I'm gonna fill all this in as well. I think I might need to get a little closer. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, making sure I smooth out all my paint, fill in, just like what I did with my coloring, I want to fill in all the white space. I want it to really be nice and gold and shiny. Okay. There we go. Excellent. All right. Did I get it all? Yes. Wonderful. I got a nice gold color here. My portrait looks awesome. So now that I'm finished painting, here's my steps for cleanup. I'm going to carefully take my picture and go put it on the drying rack. And then in the sink is going to be one of my red buckets with some water in it. I'm going to go take my paintbrush and I'm going to rinse it off in there. Okay? All right. For rinsing off, remember to rinse your paintbrush. You take your paintbrush and you put it in the bottom of the bucket and wiggle your bristles across the bottom of the bucket. I know I don't have one here. We're going to pretend. We're going to rinse our bristles off on the bottom of the bucket, rub them back and forth until when you pull out your paintbrush, there's no longer any gold paint on there. Okay? If you've got it nice and clean, you can put it into the paintbrush drying racks that are right next to the sink there. Okay? When you're rinsing though, you don't need to be like waving it back and forth really fast or swirling it around or making a giant mess. You just need to kind of wiggle those bristles gently along the bottom of the red bucket. Okay? After that, you can put your placemats away so that way you don't get any paint on you. You can put your paint shirts away, and then any extra time that you have, you can use for free draw. Okay? Awesome.